video for you all today. I know I've been away for a little minute. It's neither here nor there. I have some more information to give you regarding your pranayama, and I wanted to make sure that you were equipped through your practice. And, I do realize that those of you who have been practicing, including the City Gang, the Jiggays with Occult College, that you're realizing the importance and impertinence of such a practice in order to obtain both Siddhi and Samadhi, which require a very disciplined lifestyle. Okay? So in today's video, what I'd like to address are exactly what role do the chakras play in pranayama. Okay? Really simple video, and I'd like to make sure that you are in the right state of mind for practicing so that you can receive the most benefits from doing your breathing work. All right? First thing I want to cover is that there is a mind state where you practice daily and throughout the day called Varaj. Okay? This practice allows you to become less and less attached to what is happening around you and what is happening inside of you. Not that it wants to change anything at all, but you want to get more masterful over what it is that you commit some type of judgment or perception about that is going to arise either way. If you've been meditating for a while, or if you just started meditating, a lot of times individuals think the goal is to cease thinking altogether, renunciate or let go of all the things that make you mundane, I guess, and live a normal life. But what you'll come to realize is that if you let go of everything here in your earthly plane and become at some point a slave to a certain discipline or lifestyle, and you're no longer able to exist in both the spiritual and the physical plane, then you still don't reap the benefits of this mindset of Varaj, which gives you ultimate access to what it is to even be alive here. Why did you choose to reincarnate? Why did you choose to have a human experience if just to be so attached to what it is that is supposed to make you a good human versus a bad human? We're working this science to get beyond that duality and learn how to bring the spiritual realm and access into your earthly world, your everyday world, and be able to take that same experience, your earthly world and your reality, into the spiritual realm. All right? And the more that you're able to do that, is the more you'll find that there's harmony, there's more bliss, there's more ease in your life. Okay? When we get into manifestations, there's more ease around that because you're no longer trying to seek something that you see as separate from yourself. You're no longer trying to seek something that if it doesn't show up the way that you imagine, that it's wrong. Okay? This mode of Vairaj is, or Vairajya, but it's Vairaj, is being able to live in the mind without being controlled by your mind. And when we're using the pranayama practice, we're utilizing that key that takes us into the mind and being able to observe it without the desire to control it. Because through the controlling is where you become attached and you stop the flow of energy. Okay? Let me know if you all follow so far. Know some of you got hair lead. Alright? Tuning in. As y'all check in, hashtag Pranayama, so that you'll be able to easily find this video, as I'm also going to cover what exactly is the role of the chakras in the Pranayama practice. And hopefully, you can hear and see me just fine. Okay? So, the first thing is that the pranic body, we're moving into the anatomy, right? The pranic body is fueled, powered up, receives its power from the chakras. Okay? So we're talking about the body that continues to exist and vibrate. The chakras, they receive and they store the prana. Okay? Each of the chakras are going to receive and store the prana. The energy that the chakras receive, the chakras' job is to transmute that energy so that you can be able to use it. Okay? It wants to transmute this energy so that you are able to use it in your physical body. Again, we're talking about crossing the line between the subtle body, the subtle energy, the spiritual realm, into the physical body. And the chakras do the work of making that bridge between the two. Okay? The 6 main chakras that we cover in general, with the Muladhara, the Svadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, and Ajna. Okay? Depending on the rate in which each chakra is vibrating, will let you know about how dense the energy is going to be. Okay? The increased speed of a chakra spinning, which is how you can measure its movement, is going to indicate an increase in the frequency. So there's a lower frequency, which is more slower, more dense, and then there's a higher frequency, which is lighter but more powerful and brings in higher intelligence. All right? The higher you can get the frequency is going to depend on how well you purify yourself through these practices. Okay? For starters, the reason why there's so much emphasis on the Muladhara is not so much that there is a general belief that the root chakra is blocked. The importance of the Muladhara chakra is that it's the generator. Okay? It is the generator. And while the goal is to get the ajna, the third eye, the crown, open, without the generator moving, you won't be able to awaken that level of spiritual energy at the ajna. Okay? This is how they're connected. And this is just the upward movement of that Kundalini energy that we're looking to stimulate. Peace, you guys. So with you understanding that the root chakra is your generator, it's your battery, it's your primal force. It is um, the more stronger it is the better the kick is going to be, because when the Kundalini rises, it doesn't just go straight up. It has each mark to make, is to visit each layer. So if you think like on the thermometer, how you warm it up and the mercury rises, and then as the temperature cools, it comes down, right? The more energy, the presence of the heat there is energy available, right? The more energy there is, the higher this mercury is going to rise. Now, when there's so much energy that can reach to this height, then the ajna is responsible for distributing this energy. All right? So now you can see that at the two opposite ends, how they work with one another. You have your power source to push up, and then you have the power source to distribute this energy. All right? One of the first things that has to be disintegrated or released is going to be at the level of the Muladhara. All right? And this first knot that you'll learn about is called the Brahma Granthi. All right? Peace. Nice to see you all. Nice to see you all. So, for those of you who just need a reminder, the Bija mantra for the Muladhara is Lam. And you are going to continue with that mantra, Lam, until you can visualize 4 red petals. Okay? Opening. This is the aspect of the unconscious mind. These are your deep-rooted fears and your primitive instincts. You would need to disintegrate those things. And in order to disintegrate them, you're going to continue to chant Lam. Any questions? So I want to, if I don't see, I don't see any questions so far. All right. There is this breathing technique that I want you all to practice, and for the public groups, we are going to be eating and drinking green all day, every day, through the weekend. And you're free to share with everyone a list of green vegetables, fruits, smoothies, salad options, steamed vegetables, whatever. Anything that's edible, clean, okay, and green. Clean and green. We're working on cleaning out our systems and giving ourselves the proper nutrients to start absorbing this light that is coming in for our meditative practices. And we need to do purification during this portion of the year to up the benefits of our pranayama. And for those of you who would like to participate in some of those deeper purification practices, you're going to need 3 items. Okay? 3 items. One of them is a muslin cloth. So it's like a cheesecloth. Muslin cloth. loss. Okay. The other I would suggest, because we are actually going to be clearing out the bowels, I suggest getting, I don't know if they still have it. They should, like a regular like Fleet enema bottle, or if you have like the enema bag, you can get that because you want to clear out your bowels. And you need a neti pot. So you don't necessarily have to get the brand Fleet. But you're going to want to get these things, okay? Because you're going to be cleaning out your tubes. Okay? Do you all have any questions? Any questions? All right, so right now you have a supplies list. If you're in occult college, you absolutely are getting these supplies. I put this information out for those of you who want to take your pranayama to the next level. And so you're going to need those things. Does anyone have any questions? If there's no questions, then I'm done. Let me know how you've been doing with your breathing techniques, because you're gonna need to be able to do 16, 64, 32. 16, 64, 32. 16, 64, and 32 to keep up with the next phase, called willpower, the pranayama exercises. Okay? All right. I'll catch up with y'all soon. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments down and below. Take a screenshot of this live chat, because it's not always available after the video concludes. Okay? All right, y'all. Peace, love, and bliss.